Hey everyone, this is Dan, and I'll cut to the chase. Let me save you some money. Don't watch the New Mutants movie. Instead, buy these comic books. These are the trade paperback New Mutants Classic. They're a great deal. So normally they retail for like $24.99, but if you look around online, I'll try to put some links down below for where you can check them. You can get them for a lot less. And you will get far more than the 2 hours of supposed entertainment that you're going to get in that really shitty movie, which is pretty much the summary right here. Save your money. The New Mutants is a pretty, I guess, if you don't care about comics or the comic books, then I guess it's an okay movie. Still pretty shitty for the most part. By the way, if you are an X-Men fan, even if you're an X-Men fan of the X-Men movies, there is like literally no reason to watch the New Mutants. Like literally no reason. There's literally no relationship between them whatsoever. So in which case, why would you watch this movie? It has nothing to do with the comic books. They butcher all of these characters, and it has nothing to do with the X-Men movies, and it has nothing to do with the MCU, and it has nothing to do with really anything, honestly. So now that we got that out of the way, here's come the spoilers. Which honestly, if you care about spoilers for the New Mutants, really, dude, come on. The movie opens with Danny Moonstar basically waking up and being rushed by her dad out of their trailer park home or something on the reservation. Then something's causing some weird storm. They run off into a forest. The scenes are kind of flashing by really wildly, and they're not very consistent. Her dad basically says, oh, you got to stay here in this tree. He runs off, gets murdered. Then she runs away, falls down, unconscious, and then she wakes up in a hospital. Within the hospital, you get introduced to Dr. Reyes, a character that's, honestly, I don't know why this character exists, but I guess because Hollywood wanted to make the New Mutants start in a mental hospital or something. Anyhow, she explains she's a mutant, and there's an allusion to the X-Men, but really that's about it in most of the movie. It's just really small allusions to the X-Men. But she gets dragged over to a freaking AA meeting, and there you're introduced to the rest of the crew. You get introduced to the Rain, Sam, Roberto. They call him Roberto and Berto throughout the movie, never Bobby, which kind of annoys me because he's always called Bobby in the comics a lot. But again, whatever. Maybe Bobby's too white. I don't know. You're not introduced to Karma, Sean. She, despite being Vietnamese and diverse, is kicked out of this movie. Instead, she is replaced with Magic, Ileana, which is very confusing. You can see right here that this movie has literally nothing to do with the comics. But continuing on, basically, Ron explains her background. She was she was reaching puberty, and her mutant powers showed up. And, her very conservative Catholic preacher started doing the exorcist dig on her, and she killed him. In fact, you know what? Why don't I just save you guys some trouble? Let me explain how they butcher all the characters right here. So, Rain basically killed her preacher, which is why she's in a mental hospital. Bobby accidentally murdered his girlfriend. Very, very different right from the comics, which is why he's there too. Apparently, they take the term sunspot a little too literally, and he gets like overly hot. And by becoming overly hot, he ends up like nuking anybody nearby him in the movies. Obviously, this isn't the case in the books. Sam, this is even probably the worst one. So Sam accidentally murders his dad and his coworkers in a coal mine by blasting when he didn't realize that he shouldn't be blasting. Let's see, Sean's not even there. Ileana, so there's no explanation or tie to Belasco or any of the X-Men stories. She does go into limbo, and ironically enough, she has a freaking sock puppet named Lockheed. Talk about, this is Kitty Pryde. She has the dragon with Lockheed, not Ileana. Anyhow, she's basically mentally unstable and is presented as being, basically a psychotic bitch, and she murdered like 18 people back in Russia. So basically, 4 out of the 5 New Mutants that are shown in this movie are all killers. So let's get it out of the way. This is like an enormous misunderstanding of the source material and the characters. But moving on, they do kind of get some of the personality of the characters right. So like Roberto is a bit of a playboy. Sam is like a little awkward and poor. Rain is somewhat conservative, and Danny at the end of the movie finally becomes a leader. Even though, oh my god! So the actress Blue Hunt, who plays Danny Moonstar, besides not looking really like Danny because she's just way too short and frumpy, her acting doesn't hold up the role. Danny is kind of a leader, right, of the New Mutants. And the actress just really can't hold up that role whatsoever. So, that's all I gotta really say about that. Anyhow, after their AA meeting, Ileana basically acts like a bitch to Danny, takes her out and shows that in this mental hospital that they're all stuck into, they're trapped in by a force field, which is controlled by Dr. Reyes. Danny loses all hope and tries to jump off a building, which is not very Danny Moonstar. And Rain somehow stops her and convinces her not. And then there is slow little subtle illusions that they're very close to each other. And you're thinking like, oh yeah, if you're a comic book fan, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, they have a telepathic rapport. Okay, this makes sense that they're getting close to each other. You're about to get woke in a little bit, but, hang there with me. So we go in and they go back and they have like kids' night out watching movies and playing games and other stupid shit. Ileana kind of makes some racist comments to Danny Moonstar. And basically the whole movie tries to make Ileana very, very unlikable. Which, at times she can be a little rough or dark in the comics, but she's not necessarily unlikable. And many times she's actually pretty cool and interesting. But, whatever. Fucking Hollywood. So they get into a fight, and Danny can't use her powers, but Ileana's about ready to unleash her freaking demon Eldritch sword on her, which is like, what the fuck? Really, honestly, in terms of, like, mutant powers, like, any normie that would watch this movie would probably be sitting there like, why the fuck is this crazy white bitch so damn powerful, and she has so many abilities that these other characters don't have? And that would make a lot of sense, if... they fucking explain how she got all this stuff, but they don't, so, whatever. She can teleport, she has a sword, she has armor, and she can fly, and she has a dragon. Fuck! Anyhow, they all go to sleep, and they get put in silence, and after a while, everyone starts having nightmares. And for those of us who follow the comics, you kind of realize what's going on is that Danny Moonstar's power is starting to wake. So Danny's power is her ability to showcase people's worst fears and nightmares to them. It's always an illusion, hence why her hero name in the beginning was Psyche. Moonstar. But yeah, her original name was Psyche, and then she became Mirage later. It's all an illusion. All she can do is trick people and freak them out. But the movie fucks up by literally making the nightmares actually real. In fact, there's one moment where Rain has a nightmare, and she actually gets branded by the nightmare, which, what the fuck, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make fucking sense. Holy shit. Anyhow, they all trick the professor, or the Dr. Reyes, by drugging her, and then they have like a kids' night out where they play and they do all kinds of stupid shit. Danny Moonstar and Rain run off into a graveyard to go hang out with each other. I don't know why in a graveyard, but whatever. Sam and Bobby kind of talk for a little bit, and Sam explains his background where he accidentally killed his dad and all of his coworkers. Yay. And then Bobby eventually runs off and goes into the pool to go make out with Ileana, where Ileana eventually bounces out, and he has a nightmare where he reveals his powers. Meanwhile, out in the graveyard, we finally realize what they really wanted to do with these two characters throughout the entire movie. So they both make out, and then we find out, that's right, the New Mutants movie, Danny Moonstar and Rain Sinclair are gay. Yay. Thanks for J.K. Rowling us. Oh, God. So, if you've read the comics, Obviously, Danny and Rain are not gay in the comics. In fact, they flirt all the time with Sam and a couple times with Bobby. Clearly, liberties were taken because Hollywood and, whatever. Fucking stupid. Anyhow, after another set of nightmares, Dr. Reyes wakes up, realizes Danny's too powerful. All that while this is going on, there's like this stupid monitoring system that's like analyzing everybody's mutant abilities. And then she gets a random email that says, kill Danny Moonstar. So she goes off to kill her. Rain kind of sniffs this out and, not willing to give up her carpet-munching partner, goes and slashes at Dr. Reyes. By the way, the special effects for Rain are so fucking stupid. Like, it looks like she's scratching him. That's what it really looks like. In fact, like, Bobby's special effects are really generic, too, when he's Sunspot. Obviously, Danny is just the nightmare thing. Ileana is the one they showcase the most in the trailers, and I'm going to be honest, it's okay. Lockheed looks fucking stupid, and the fact that Lockheed is even in this doesn't even make any fucking sense. Lockheed is basically an alien dragon. It's actually a product of the Brood saga that I just covered a couple of videos ago, but whatever. So Ileana, basically, her special effects, like her portaling effects are okay. I guess, the teleporting stuff. The armor is all right. Honestly, it's kind of like, did you see Iron Man 2? Yeah, that's that CGI. Okay, cool. Yay! The only cool CGI in the entire thing is actually, ironically enough, Sam. Like, Sam's cannonball effects are actually pretty freaking cool. At least, in my opinion. Anyway, everyone gets a big nightmare where these big, freaky looking Wendigo motherfuckers, or actually, really they look like skinhead, like I don't know, weird piranha mouth motherfuckers come walking around the whole mansion, coming after people. Ileana starts freaking out till she finds her happy place and then gets out her sword and starts hacking people. Meanwhile, they all try to run away, and then they run into Dr. Reyes. Dr. Reyes puts them in his force field, and she's just like, I'm just trying to help you, but I have to put Danny Moonstar down. Seriously, gotta put Danny Moonstar down. And then the demon bear shows up, eats her, that makes her force field go away. Then all of them fight the demon bear. By the way, demon bear, worst fucking CGI ever. Holy shit, it's bad. It literally looks like someone tried to, like, hey, can we get, like, one of those CGI Disney bears from, like, one of those shitty Disney CGI movies? And then just put, like, some shading effects and snow and make his eyes red. Yeah, there we go. Like, fucking, like, it is nothing like the demon bear artwork that was done by... Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, like, you want to talk about, like, amazing artwork. Sorry, I gotta freaking talk about the comics here. Man, see, this shit right here is, like, the definition of like, amazing, right? In fact, the entire freaking movie, the demon bear just bites shit. Honestly, it should have been, like, the demon dog, because none of the claws were used in any of this other stuff, right? Anyhow, they all fight the demon bear, but they can't do anything to her. Rain, like, screams at Danny Moonstar to, like, wake up and save them, more carpet must be munched later, please don't leave me. And Danny wakes up and just says no to the bear, and then the bear kind of just, loses. Honestly, dude, I literally was so annoyed by the ending, I actually walked out in the middle of the fight and just took, like, a 20-minute piss. It was fucking dog shit. It was just pure, utter dog shit. Oh, my God. But, yeah, save yourself some money. Don't watch that movie. It's shit. Instead, ignore movie, acquire New Mutants comics. You will be infinitely more entertained and happy reading these treasure troves of awesome right here than you will be throwing your money at that pile of dog shit. I hope that I have saved some people some money and time and misery. Anyhow, that's the video. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. You got any comments about the real New Mutants? Or if you were unfortunate enough to actually spend money and watch that dog shit movie, leave it down below. And I will see you next time.